Hello, friends. It is Norman. Today, we are going to be talking about how much QDTE from Round Hill's weekly payer you would need to buy everyday things in your life. So, why I like QDTE is that they have option strategies on an index of the NASDAQ 100. So, what the option strategies they use is called 0 DTE. So they make trades um, on one day, start to finish, and close out those option strategies from one day, and do this for the entire week and month, and that equals out some premium and distribution to you. It is a weekly pair. Love those weekly payments coming into the account, and it's got a really nice distribution of 40%. So the assumptions for these calculations, the price of QDTE is going to stay the same at $36 per share, and the distribution is also going to stay the same at 27 cents per share per week. So this is about a 40% distribution rate. Also, not accounting for taxes and no reinvestment. We're just taking all of the distributions and using it towards whatever expense we're talking about. So let's do some calculations on a basic cell phone bill, $50. This is our math. So with the annual yield of 40%, and it's a weekly payout for 27 cents a share, the weekly payout needed for $50 a month is going to be making $11 per week. So, how many shares we need to make $11 per week in total, $50 per month? You're looking at 42 shares or about $1,500 to pay your cell phone bill. Okay. Basic, very basic, but once you start moving up, accumulating a little bit more shares, QDTE can, work a little bit harder for you. So, let's calculate how much you need for a night out. 150 bucks for a night out. This is just average. Okay, this isn't a baller night out. This is just you taking your girl out to a movie, dinner and a movie, Olive Garden, whatever, insert whatever is interesting to you. So, how many shares will you need? How much is it going to cost you from QDDTE? 125 shares, or about $4,500. Not too bad. About $4,500 is paying you to go out to eat with friends, family, your person. Very cool. What about a new car? $750 car payment. So this is a healthy car payment. Um, Man, this is tough to pay every month, but you gotta move around, amongst this world, right? Gotta have a good, reliable vehicle. So how much QDTE are you going to need? 625 shares of QDTE with a total cost coming out to $22,500 for you to ride around in that shiny new vehicle that you've been, thinking about, that you've had your eye on. Now we're moving up into, bigger expenses. So this is an average mortgage payment. You're looking at about $2,200. Might be a little bit more, might be a little bit less. So you're gonna have to do a little bit of internal math here to adjust accordingly for your situation. But how many shares of QDT? How much is it going to cost you in QDTE to pay that $2,200 mortgage payment? You are looking at 1,800 shares, just over 1,800 shares, and about $66,000 of QDTE to pay your mortgage. It is pretty wild. Only $66,000. That's like a down payment for most of this average home price. So, um, buy the house with a down payment and then try to accumulate 66,000 in QDTE. All of a sudden, now it's paying for itself, not assuming some NAV erosion or price decay. Very cool. Yeah, you're living already, living housing for free if you've got 66,000 in QDTE, if you think about it a certain way. But we're gonna move on to my favorite types of calculations, which is the whole entire cost of living, and this is an average $6,000 a month. It's covering everything, all your expenses, right? The true path to freedom. How much QDTE is it gonna take to buy your freedom? Drum roll. 5,000 shares with a total cost of $180,000 in QDTE. Only 180,000, guys. That's not bad, okay? I have read quite a few articles that say, "Oh, the new benchmark for retirement in the United States is $3,000,000." Well, with these types of funds, if, invested correctly, they could really replace some of the thinking. Doesn't come without risk, but it's very exciting to look at this number, um, and think that it only takes $180,000 of QDTE to get you 6,000 a month. Realistically, you would probably need more, so we need to, have a reality check, a reminder that what is, not being calculated in the math here. We're not accounting for any NAV erosion, prices going down, the distributions being pumped out to you. Um, this isn't just gonna forever go up and to the right. We're gonna experience down markets. The price is gonna go down, and will, probably not recover to what it was before, because that's not what the goal of the funds are. The fund is to pay out weekly distributions based on, 0 DTE option strategies, okay? A part of investing in these sorts of vessels is you need to, uh, not spend all of your distributions, put some on the side, either reinvest a portion of it or all of it, and let it continue to grow. Another thing we're not considering is taxes, how taxes fall, at the end of the year, and that is a very, very personal, situation that, you would have to do your own math on that sort of thing. And this is not financial advice. This is just fun doing the math and seeing how, QDDE can, pay for regular things in your life. Alrighty, friends, that was fun. Norman is out. Have a great day.